Hello, I'm Travis Wright-Colopy, and welcome back for another Fit Enable video. This week we've been doing a big overview of everything Fit Enable has to offer, all of our participants and athletes, and anyone who comes within the Team Fit Enable community. Looked at our races, looked at our training programs, but today we are going to talk more specifically about the nonprofits we work with and how we work with them. Just in case that you know an organization that might be looking for an event experience or to partner with existing events. And we just want to talk a little bit about exactly what we do for those organizations. So let's get into it. All right, here we go. So as I said, we're continuing our overview of everything Fit Enable. And today we're only going to talk about the nonprofit organizations. And if you didn't know already, Fit Enable Productions is itself a 501c3 organization. And our mission is to promote health and wellness and fitness one athlete at a time. We do that through the training programs we have talked about before and all of the events we have discussed earlier this week. But we also use our race expertise to benefit other nonprofits as well. Again, you've seen this list multiple times this week already, but again, this is a list of all the nonprofits we have worked with over the years, and many of which we still work with today with our existing events. They all represent a wide variety of services that our community really needs, and we are proud to support them with the events that we stage. Some of these organizations came to us to stage an event. Others we have worked with personally as a family or with our other community activities. And over time, we figured, hey, let's just get you a race so you can raise the money and awareness you want. As you know, if you've looked at our race calendar, we have lots and lots of events. Each year we stage about 25 to 30 events of different types and different sizes, whether that's just a simple dual cross-country meet all the way up to a full marathon with hundreds of runners. But you might not know that how these events work and the different categories they kind of fit in with the Fit Enable activities and the nonprofits we work with. So what you're seeing here is a list of those events that Fit Enable owns outright, but where we have an invited beneficiary who joins with the event and benefits in part through donations, some of the fundraising, and other aspects of the event that we can tailor to their cause to help support their good work in our community. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but the Fortnight Before Christmas benefits the U.S. Veterans Corps Toys for Little Troops toy drive. Cozy Toes benefits the 200 Club of Wake County. Pups and Pastries benefits Second Chance Pet Adoptions. And all these events support one or more great local nonprofits. The one event that's a little bit different is the Charity Distance Festival. That doesn't just have one beneficiary. That's an event where we invite 6 to 8 nonprofit organizations to join in on that one altogether. It's kind of our one big group event because there's only so many weekends in the year. We can't possibly do an event for all of the groups that come out to us. And not all groups really want the full event experience either because it's too expensive, or their organization is very new and they just want to test out what having an event is like. And so the Charity Distance Festival is our way to let nonprofit organizations either test the waters with having an event or just to come out and have the big race experience for their smaller community. But we also have events where Fit Enable is either the sole or primary beneficiary of those events. They help support our activities. They help us continue to provide race management services to other nonprofits very affordably and to include them in on our other events. For example, like the Cary Greenways, Turkey Chase, Last Mile. You might notice these are our longer distance events. These are the ones that have the races over 10K and greater. The one event that stands out here, though, is the Cary Greenways Tour. Although that is a primary event for Fit Enable Productions, it also includes the Town of Cary's Play It Forward scholarship program, where they benefit from donations and other means of raising funds for them. And the Play It Forward program is one that's really near and dear to our heart because we use so much of the Town of Cary's parks and other services. We really want to support town parks and rec, provide scholarships to youth so that they can have the great camp and sports activities as well if they can't otherwise afford it. But we also have a handful of events that are client-owned, where they came to us to either take over an existing race for them, to stage it for them, or to create a brand new event. And at this point, these are the 3 that fit in that category. We used to have a lot more, but actually we've taken over some of those other events more fully. But the YMCA Families on Challenge, if you haven't done that, it's a great event. That was just at the AE Findlay Y. The race, Carrying Place Race for Home, which kicks off our fall race season on Labor Day, and Strides for Speech, which benefits the Triangle Aphasia Project's therapeutic services to their population of people who are suffering from aphasia, usually from having had a stroke. There are 3 ways a nonprofit can join the Fit and Able Race family. Just on that last slide, with those similar races, they can hire us outright to stage their event, whether that's creating an entirely new event for them or just taking over the management and production of an existing race. Strides for Speech was an event that we created brand new for the Triangle Aphasia Project. Race for Home was an event that we had taken over, that they had been staging for a few years, and we took over. And now we've been staging for 6 or 7 years and have really helped it grow. But that's a more formal contract relationship where they hire us to stage an event for them that they own. They can also approach us, or we talk about creating a new event that is actually Fit and Able owned, but it's around their cause. And what this arrangement does is it really helps make an event which can be very expensive to produce more affordable for that nonprofit. If they're a newer nonprofit or they're looking to grow, they really need some kind of big fundraising experience to get them over a hurdle. We can create an event that Fit and Able owns, so all the financial and legal liability falls on us, but we have a financial arrangement where that nonprofit benefits in a very significant way too. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we have found it's actually really effective for helping smaller nonprofits grow, because we take the financial burden off their shoulders entirely, and they can have that big event experience without having the concern or burden of paying to have an event produced for them. Or finally, they can join an existing Fit and Able race. We've created a lot of events over the years and invite many nonprofits to participate in those. Not all of our events have a charitable partner, as we just talked about. So if there's an organization that really fits the theme or the time of year for an event, we're always happy to include new nonprofit organizations in that. For example, Soulmates for several years didn't have a separate invited beneficiary, but a couple of years ago we came across Souls for Souls, which we actually were approached by a local chapter of that organization, and the Soulmates theme with a Souls for Souls nonprofit. The colors were all the same, they're both pink and red, and everything just kind of came together. It made sense to partner with them and make them the invited beneficiary for that event. So that does work out in many ways. There are a few things to keep in mind, though, if you know an organization that's looking for an event. It's mainly there are only so many weekends in the year. We already have half of those booked out with existing events or other activities. And so we can't stage an event every single weekend. We have a great race crew, and we don't want to wear them out. If you didn't know, most of the race crew you see out at Fit and Able events are volunteers, or they have full-time jobs during the week, but they love staging events to support these nonprofits and provide such a great race experience to our participants that they give up their Saturdays and Sundays to come help us stage these events. We want to be respectful of their time and their energy, and we don't want to run them into the ground with overbooking our calendar. Plus, we like having some weekends for ourselves and doing other fun things too. We enjoy doing all the same things you guys like: going to the mountains, going to the beach, going on some fun trips, just hanging out at home and not getting up at 4 a.m. to go stage a race. We love staging races, but we also like doing other things as well. And finally, with having a very packed race calendar, there's always the chance that creating a new event will take away participation from existing events, and we don't want to do that. We love staging new events for new nonprofit organizations, but we don't want to diminish the events we have already created, and that those existing partnerships are relying on for fundraising by creating a new one and potentially taking participation and donation dollars away from those events. So just in general, we have to be mindful of keeping some flex in our calendar and not overburdening it with lots and lots of events. But if you know a nonprofit that wants to have a race, we are always happy to talk with them and get that conversation going and see what makes sense for them and for us. What we look for in a community partner is mainly that they are motivated to really actively get the word out to their community, to promote their participation in this event, and that the race is benefiting them, and to also help recruit runners and volunteers to it. We've had a lot of nonprofits really do a phenomenal job of making the best of the races we stage for them and really getting great return on the donations and the sponsorships that they are able to generate by having an event. Unfortunately, we've also had some nonprofits that took it for granted and really saw no return on it, and it's an unfortunate case. We're also looking for groups that have a community that can participate in the race itself. We know not all nonprofits have communities or members that can do that, especially if they are working with populations that have physical challenges or disabilities. But we hope that there's the supporters of that organization, such as their board members, volunteers, and whoever can come out and participate to benefit those people who are not able to come out and participate themselves. We do understand that many people are not able to participate in a race for one reason or another, but there are plenty of people who can to help those that can't. We are also looking for groups that don't have other events close to the race date that may distract their focus on the event. Just like we talked about before, we don't want to overburden our calendar. We don't want organizations that are just looking to add on event after event after event in a short period of time. It's going to burn them out, and it'll burn their members and supporters out by trying to support like a golf tournament and an auction and a gala and then a race back to back to back to back. We've seen many try. We saw one organization that tried to schedule a race, a volleyball tournament, and a gala all within roughly 24 hours on one weekend, and it's a lot of work, and it just didn't do what they wanted to do because it burned everyone out. So we look for groups that have a big opening in the time of year. Maybe it's in the spring, maybe it's in the fall, whenever, that they don't have anything else going on, so they can really focus on it, and that their membership is excited and energized to come out to that event. And finally, we like the nonprofits to be based in Cary or the Triangle area. We like supporting local nonprofits that serve our local community. If they are a national organization, we just like that they have a very strong and very active local chapter here in the Triangle, so that there is a local population that is really driven to support them here at home. A few other things, though, for client-owned events where they hire us, we prefer that the beneficiary nonprofit be the one that actually directly contracts with us. There are a lot of financial and legal reasons for this. But if we are being hired by a private company, which we have done before, we just require that there is actually a nonprofit beneficiary that they have agreed with to partner on this race, who will receive the donations and all the other funds directly. We also require that the beneficiary organization be a recognized 501c organization. We prefer the 501c3 designation specifically. They don't have to actually have that recognition yet. They just need to be organized and as a company with the North Carolina Secretary of State, have at least those filings done, but they can still be in the process of getting their IRS determination for their 501c3 designation at the time we do the event. We do want them to actually have articles of incorporation so that we know they are an established and legitimate entity to work with. We prefer that the races be open to the general public to participate in, and so that we can promote them to the Fit and Able community. This helps with our own charitable mission where we're trying to bring health and wellness to the broader community. And if it's open to the public, that makes it really easy to have that event suit our mission as well, while we're helping to promote that entity's mission on top of it. However, if it is a private race, or it's a big organization that just wants to have something in-house, if it's a substantial enough number of runners where it feels like it's a community of its own, we're happy to work with that as well. But what are the benefits of partnering with Fit and Able? Well, we take care of everything. The planning, permitting, course mapping, timing, and results. It's a one big race in a box package that you get. Whatever level that you partner with us on, whether you hire us to stage a race for you or you're joining one of our existing races, you get everything. You don't even really need to form a race committee, because we take care of it all. We know what we're doing. We know the kind of race experience you're looking for and what your participants are looking for. And that way, you and your the organization that you bring to partner with us can focus on the things that you do best, and that's engaging your community to get excited about another event that supports your cause. Whether that's promoting the race to your community and your other community partners, helping recruit good volunteers, soliciting sponsorships from your support, any kind of company that supports you, and encouraging your members to fundraise. You know your organization best, and you know what gets your population excited to support it. And so that's all you need to do. We take care of all the nuts and bolts of staging the race, and we make it happen. You just focus on the fun bit of getting people psyched. That's basically the overview of what FitEnable does to support other nonprofits in our area. Again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have worked with so many nonprofits over so many events that, you know, we can't generalize it too much. There are a lot of different relationships and cool things we've done for particular causes or individual organizations, but that's the general overview. If you have any questions about our events, or if you know an organization that is looking to have a race or partner with a race in some way to help support their good work in our community, you know, please let us know. Shoot us an email, info@fitenable.net. Let us know that they are interested, or make a digital introduction, and we're always happy to talk. We know not every organization is ready to have an event or is really up for it, but we're always happy to have that conversation and get the ball rolling and see what is possible. We very rarely say no to an organization. We try to do everything we can to help them out and get them to where they want to be. A race is a great way to do it, and we look forward to talking with them. So, as always, thank you for racing with FitEnable. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you found something of value in it that will help you take steps towards achieving your goals, whatever they may be. If you have any questions or comments about today's topic, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email at info@fitenable.net. I want to know what topics or information you all are looking for that we can cover in future videos that will be helpful to you. And if you don't mind, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page and share this video with your friends and family. They might find something of value in it too, and it's a big help to us to continue providing these videos. We aren't just an information company, we are also a take action company too. So don't forget to check out our complete race calendar at fitandableproductions.com to find your next event so you can put what you learned here into action. Knowing what you need to do doesn't matter if you don't actually do it. All of our races, with everything from mile to marathon, help support one or more local great charitable organizations that provide much needed services in our community. As always, thank you for racing with FitEnable.